Okay, here we go. All right, so part 2 this Saturday morning of the comp plan. And so if I'll challenge you guys right now. Like, I'm going to give you a second, right now, to go take 1 second and text somebody and get them here and say you have to listen in on this. There's the challenge. Alejandro, I see your hand is up. Did you have a question?
Oh,
That's okay. Sometimes you hit the button on accident. It's all good. I just want to make sure you didn't have a question.
Joe, I didn't know if you wanted that live on Facebook, but you're live again.
Yep. Yeah, we're on the Forever Pack business page, right?
I don't know.
oh,
I think so.
Yes, you changed to the Forever Pack business.
Okay, good. Perfect. So if you're on Facebook Live and you're listening, or you're here with me, then I'm just going to say, hey, invite somebody to join in with us this morning so they can really understand what's happening here. Coming into this, there are still, it's astounding to me. It's astounding to me that I have people, and so I'll give you my experience. I have people who are on the outside looking in at what's happened to us, at what we've been able to create over this time. But just during this time of, people still not being open to taking a look at this, when we know we all need a plan B. And it's not, and I know and Malcolm had a ton of statistics I heard him say about the automation the other day. Kathy Coover's been talking a lot about it. So Kathy Coover's the founder of our company. She's talking about how people are losing jobs to automation, how things are going from physical retail right now to online retail. And, if I could have said to you, hey, here's this opportunity to be involved in Apple or be involved in Microsoft, would that have been an opportunity? Well, we're at the forefront of what's happening right now and watching this. And we're not, this has been happening for a while. We're not even at the forefront of it, but the opportunity is still so amazing that we want to help people understand what this is and what this is not. And people call it that thing or a pyramid scheme or things that have negative connotations to them. And so I would recommend to you that when someone says that to you, ask them what that means to them. When you say pyramid scheme, what does that mean? When you say one of those things, what does that mean? When you say, I don't want to be a salesman, what does that mean? So you can understand from their point of view what really is going on in their head, because typically there's been an experience there that isn't the experience here, right? So 2, I would love to know where my pen is. Hang on. So I forget that I am on Dave's. I always say I need to go back and fix this, because on Dave's Zoom, it doesn't give me a whiteboard. I don't understand why. Let's see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, he can use it. Why can't you?
Because it doesn't give it to you as an option. So if there's no option, there's not a whole lot. I don't know why. It does not give me. I'm sorry, guys. All right, let me try something different. I said that last time. Somebody remind me after this is over that I need to go back and make sure the whiteboard is on Dave's scene, because there's just probably something I need to click, and it's not there. And so let me see if I can do it on a different screen. Hold on. I'm just gonna play here for 1 second. and see. Okay. I can do it on my screen if I do it differently. Okay. We'll figure it out. Great. So, what we want you guys to understand also is that as far as business is concerned, you know, there's the majority of brick and mortar businesses take a huge investment. I don't know anybody that's opened a brick and mortar business that hasn't spent $50,000 or more in order to do that. If there's someone out there that has a smaller number, I would love to hear that story. Most of the time I hear $50,000 and above. Each one of my salons cost me about $100,000 to build from the ground up and buy equipment. And so that was over $300,000 that we spent. I had to collateral my house, collateral my mom's house, we collateraled my sister's house. Like our whole lives were wrapped up into what those businesses were. They never paid us what we've earned here, never. Did they pay us some? Yes. But do you know who the first person was who didn't get a paycheck if we had a bad month? Me. Everyone else got paid. My employees got paid. My rent got paid. Everything got paid. I was the last one to get paid. Luckily at the time, Vinny had a really great, you know, union electrician job. And so that supplemented my $300,000 investment. And think about that. So coming into this, you know, this business cost me 29 bucks and I was eating my overhead. I couldn't eat my tanning lamps. I couldn't eat, you know, my payroll. I couldn't eat any of the things that I had going on in my other business. And so people will go, oh, well, they don't need, you know, they don't need this because they're business owners. They're business owners, so why would they need to know about this? They're making money. Trust me, every small business owner needs a plan B, especially right now. They are struggling. So to be able to teach them how to shift what they're spending they got to eat anyway. Everyone's got to eat. They got to spend money on food. Teach them how to have a different breakfast every day and have their telomere support. And you can change their small business opportunity life. I promise you. So coming into this, we purchased this business for $29 in the shakes that I ate for breakfast, and it shifted our entire world. Now, I didn't give it the merit that it deserved because I paid 29 bucks for it. So 29 bucks, I paid $300,000 for that. What's this $29 business going to do for me? Because I didn't know what I didn't know. And if you can get somebody to, if you say to them, can you agree that you don't know what you don't know? If they cannot agree to that, you are on an uphill battle with them. But if they can agree to that, yeah, sure, I don't know what I don't know, then you can help them understand what this really is, this thing really is. It's been the most amazing, giving, growing opportunity of a lifetime. So not just personally, not just financially, not just health-wise, not just friends, not just the circle. Like when we talk about it touching every part of our life, there's not one part it hasn't improved. Can anyone else agree with me on that? And so to understand the simplicity of how this works.
Yes, I agree. I was picking tomatoes, sorry.
Thank you. That's okay. You pick tomatoes, sister. Show us your tomatoes. We want to see how pretty they are because I know you got some good good garden going out there.
Yeah, JoJo, you know,
Yeah.
I have a little testimony. Just doing my taxes those first couple of years to see what I could write off. I mean, that just opened my eyes, because I could have a W-2, I could have this 1099, I could write off my food. I mean, there was just so much benefit to that, and not to mention the business expenses, but I can write off my food. You got to be kidding me.
Right. Right? You can't go to Kroger and write your food off. No, you can't go to Kroger and eat all the food and then take the empty boxes back and go, you know, I want my money back for this. Can't do that, but that's what you can do here. You know, and right, Vicki, I see your comment. I say that all the time. I spent $300,000 to buy myself a job that I could never leave. I could, like, am I crazy? I went from this being an employee to going, I want to have my own thing so I can be my own boss. And then I spent $300,000 to buy myself this job that I want, you know, then I had like these 10, 16-year-old girls that I was trying to get them to clean. I mean, imagine, you think about cleaning a tanning salon, okay? Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what it's like right now for them to even forget it. Anyway, right? So I bought myself a job. What did you say?
I said, try cleaning a plane. That seems to be my thing these days.
Oh, right. So if you think about the simplicity of what we do, it gets overlooked because people think it's too, like, how can that work? What do you mean you'd have a shake every day and it pays your mortgage? What? You have a shake every day? You teach somebody to have a shake every day and it built an ISA house for you? What are you talking about? Like, there's no equation, because they equate having this business is to something that it's supposed to look like. And this is not what it's supposed to look like. Do you agree that you don't know what you don't know? Yes.
I agree.
Okay. And I agree that I learn stuff every day. Okay. Like, how old were you when you realized that, you know, you could tear off a piece of a pineapple without cutting it? Think anybody ever, have you guys seen that? It actually works. Like, pineapples peel off in chunks. You don't have to cut them all. Anyway, go watch the YouTube video. So I'm just saying, like, there's stuff every single day that is the simplicity of life that we overlook. And, you know, Willie, I don't know if you're on or you want to like unmute and pop in at any point, please do. I'm having a hard time seeing who's here today. But
hey JoJo, I'm here. Willie's
hey
here
you.
too.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm just listening and being, you know, excited about to hear from someone like you who already knows that journey of being an entrepreneur and having a business. $300,000. So when we tell people, just buy your meal for the month. And nowadays, like, I just sent somebody a message and she's asking, so how's it going? And I'm like, you know, during this time, I have been helping families to stay healthy. Would you like to know about that? And she's like, of course, please send me the info. She's excited to hear from me. And I'm like, it's that simple. And people think it's got to be difficult because that's the mindset. I was one of those people. When my husband found out about network marketing about 15 years ago, he went bananas because that was like what he was waiting for. Like, I need something easier than corporate America. And for me, it was like, are you kidding me? I'm used to making it hard. I went to college. I got this big, tough job that I make good money, but I had to work so hard for. So I couldn't understand it. It took me years to get here. And today, I pinch myself every day because I work from home. I see my kids every day. I was just taking pictures of all the children making their own breakfast because it's a shake in the morning.
Right.
And everybody's getting their healthy nutrition right in the morning. And I'm like, and we're getting paid to do that. How amazing. How many more family can we bless today with this information? I'm so excited. Thank you, JoJo.
It's such a good point of that we overlook it because we think it has to be hard. they make so much money. They must work so hard. Like that's the thought process that we have. We've grown up, learn, got to want to make money, got to work hard, want to make money, got to work hard. It's that thought process. And I can't tell you the number of doctors that I work with. And we think that, they got it made because they have a practice, they went through school. Almost every single one that I work with wants to practice in a different way. They don't want to
JoJo, I
have that
can
office
mention.
anymore. Hey, Dr. J.
Now that you mentioned
doctor.
doctor, yeah, being that you mentioned doctor, let me just share with you, and it's true. A lot of doctors, some of them make good money, some of them make phenomenal money, but others are just making ends meet. Especially after coming out of school, paying all the loans and everything, and I'm a big testimonial of that. And one of the things that I'm very grateful is for like I said, I'm a very believer of God, and I had asked for a second chance basically because I had to close my clinic, not by choice, but because the owner sold the building and left me with over $90,000 in debt because I reconstructed the whole clinic from bottom to the top. And it's tough because they had shown me this opportunity a year ago to know. And when I looked at it right now during this hard time that we're going through, I took a second chance and look at it and I said, my God, why didn't I took the time that I took now to look at it a year ago? But sometimes things is not when you want, it's when God wants it to be, and for me, I couldn't have asked for better uplines. Dana and Willie are phenomenal. I mean, I'm pleased and blessed to be working with them, and they've gone above and beyond, and that makes me want to work even harder and try to build this, not only for myself, but for my family too as well. I really want to give them the lifestyle they deserve, because as a doctor, you always dream of having, the $1 million homes, the $1 million cars and all that. And unfortunately, you have other things in a way that prevent you from having that, so now going through this and seeing what this company is able to allow us to accomplish, I want to be able to share that with everyone. Everyone should look at this. I don't care what profession you're in. You shouldn't be ashamed of being in a company, a multi-level company, just because of your profession. Because I've seen a lot of doctors struggling, and friends of mine that are struggling right now. But, they feel like, why am I going to lower myself down, and go into a network marketing company when I'm a doctor? And sometimes you just got to swallow your pride and move forward and say, I can really make this thing work for myself and my family. And what I've seen with this company is phenomenal. This company, really stands by what they say. Kathy Koo is it's a gift to us in this company as well too, because everything that she's done for everyone, basically, she wants everybody to be successful, and that's the direction I'm leading towards right now. I want to be able to be one of the future testimonials. Maybe one day be up on stage and share. Not only being a doctor, but being a professional networker. How much it could change your life. Basically. So don't just stick to saying, oh, I'm a professional, I can't look at this. But be humble about it and say, you know what, why not? If I can offer somebody great health and better health, it's worth it. Because if we go into a profession, you take a Hippocratic oath to help someone, and you have some products there, not stating or saying or claiming that you're gonna cure anybody, because we don't do that. But if you know that you can make somebody's health better, and make a difference in their health, why not? Why keep it to yourself and not share it? Even if you don't want to build a business, but at least just spread the word and allow other people to see that there's something out there that they can really benefit from health-wise. So that's why I'm very pleased and happy, be a part of your team and everybody's team here at
Thank you so much.
And I couldn't be happier. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. And I absolutely, you go from that place of feeling that it's unethical to share to feeling that it's unethical not to share. I love that transition. I've seen doctors go through that over and over and over, where it's not ethical because I make money off of this, or multi-level marketing and network marketing is not ethical, so I can't share with my patients, to I have to share this because ethically I know it can help your life, it can support your health, and
Definitely.
go from that shift, right?
Definitely. I have several patients of mine that are on the product right now.
Good.
They're not doing the business.
Absolutely.
They offer something that can better their health, basically. I never told them about that there's a business around this. You know, so
Right.
it depends the approach that you basically take. You know, the most important thing is to get them to try the product and to stay healthier, basically.
Good. Great. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
No, thank you
Vicky,
so
did
much.
you have, I'm sorry. Vicky, did you have something? I saw you unmuted.
I did, and then I got involved in the conversation period.
All good.
I'll unmute if it comes back up.
Okay.
Thank
you
you.
bet. No, you bet. So, I know this isn't our traditional Saturday morning going through the numbers, but it's so important to understand that we take people off of our list. We take people out of our communication circle because we make choices for them, which is so unfair. Stop making choices for people. We have to offer this to everybody. If you think of just think about this. Like we're driving around yesterday and we're seeing like how our city's being impacted. Oh my gosh, you guys, like just as a community, if everybody would just get up and have a ding shake every day, they would like think of what you could do to an entire community or neighborhood just together. The impact can be so simple and widespread.
Hey, JoJo, could I comment on that?
Please.
Oh, how many of you have been devouring Kathy's book, Resilient? Oh my goodness. You know, in there, she talks about the legendary Gabby Dean. Gabby Dean's from New Zealand. And if you think about what JoJo just said, Gabby had a light go off and she realized that many of the indigenous Maori, is that how you say it, people were struggling with terrible nutrition, leading to obesity. And she had a light go off that she could transform her whole community by sharing this. And if you don't know her story, she went big fast and she shared and she helped and now she travels all over the world. So I couldn't agree with you more. It's that shift of, I know what I have. I know what this could really do for you, even if you don't. And so, hey, it's your decision if you'd like to check it out. If not, but I know it's my moral obligation to ask you.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that. I know you guys are all enjoying the book. I gotta delve in. It's coming. So
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I just am kind of at that story, or just finished Gabby's story, and what I got from it too is just, it was like now a cause and a purpose, and then Isogenics was the vehicle to have that done, and it got me thinking, what would I really like to see or help? And yeah, pretty incredible. That it's just an amazing like book over and over. So.
Well, if you look at, so if somebody you want to compare, let's just say one salon, let's say not three, let's just go one. So we're going to build a salon, it's going to be $100,000. There's not a lot of people that are in the situation that have the collateral, that have the money, that have the backup, that have the money in the bank, that have the, like, there's just, so you don't feel like you can go have something that's your own and build for yourself. Where here, and it's funny because we give that so much merit and we overlook the simplicity here of what $165 a month that you eat can do for you. It's $165, you guys. Let's just say, okay, let's go high end and go 200. It's $200 a month to have a business that will pay you unlimited amounts of money. And that's a hard thing to understand because everything we've ever done in life has a cap, right? You get $1 a year raise. If I can't, or I get to the top level of my company, I don't get any more, I can't go anymore, I can't get any higher job, I can't make any more money, a little bit of money every single year, but we have the ability to give ourselves our own raise here, just based on the action steps that you take. And you get into massive action, you get into slow action. You want a $1,000 raise this year, you want a $10,000 raise this year. You want a $100,000 raise, okay, fine. It's all there. There's not anything here that tells you you cannot do that. There is no ceiling. There's not anything else that offers something like that. Every single other job I've ever had, somebody was always standing with their foot on my shoulder, so I didn't do better, or I wasn't smarter, or I didn't make more money. We do nothing but lift each other up here. Totally different environment. People don't get it. We have to be the message and the voice of that. We have to let them know what this community is. I had someone say to me on a three-way call the other day, you guys are too woo-woo for me. The shakes are too woo-woo, you're too woo-woo, I don't care, the science is BS. Like, I was like, my shake is woo-woo? Like, okay, so I get it. You're way in denial, and that's okay. Love you where you're at. I'll see you in a year, right? So it's okay. We just gotta love people. We don't know what their story is. But if they will be willing to say, I don't know what I don't know, then if you don't know what you don't know, are you willing? Would it be beneficial for me to show you how you could eat for free half of your meals a year? Would it be beneficial for me to show you how you could help your entire community transform its financial blueprint? How far do you want to go? I don't know. It could be $300 a month. It could be $3,000 a week. I don't know what that is for you. But the ability to have that is there based on what effort and work you are willing to put into this. And is it work? Heck yeah, it's work. Is it hard work? Am I carrying it? No, I see hard work. I saw a guy in 110 degrees yesterday pushing blacktop in the sun, like with a broom, pushing blacktop in the middle of the road. That's a hard job. That's a hard job. Like I had his boss not been standing there, I might have pulled over and said, hey dude, can we talk? I might go back, because I mean, you think about that. Like, how could his life be blessed? I look at my husband, who was an electrical, he was a union electrician. He worked when it was 20 below zero. He worked when it was 120 degrees outside. I don't know if you realize that electricians is one of the top 5 most dangerous professions that there is. People don't realize that because, there were multiple times he came home with interesting electrocution wounds. Yeah, so it can happen. We think about hard. That's hard. Here, having someone say no to us, we got to get past the hard in our brain. We go, oh, this is too hard. I can't do this. Because someone tells us no. And just like Dr. J said, it had to be his time. It had to be the right timing. You are the messenger. I'm the messenger. It's not up to us how they hear the message. It's our job to deliver the message. Period. We educate, you decide, we support. We educate, you decide, we support. Over and over and over and over ad nauseum. Master the mundane. People go, why do you get on that call every week? Why do you do that call every Monday night? It's not for me. I know the information, but either I need it because I need my batteries charged, or someone else needs me to be there. The meeting needs me, or I need the meeting. The information needs me, or I need the information. All right, now I'm all fired up. I was gonna draw you guys the comp plan. I mean, does anybody even care at this point? Just sign me up. Okay. The simplicity of $200 a month. It's not, you guys, $200 a month versus I paid $200 a month just to have lamps in one of my beds out of 3 salons. I didn't eat those. Could I write them off at the end of the year? Yeah, because they were an expense, but I couldn't eat them. And if it was a choice between, like right now, is it a choice between me going to the grocery store or having a shake? I have an option because I can eat my business right now. I couldn't eat my business then. So it's phenomenal to be able to have, like, Dr. J can't eat his practice, but he can eat this business. And every single doctor I know, I've never worked with one who hasn't said, I want to be able to practice on my own terms. I love being a doctor, but I want to be able to practice on my own terms. And until I make more money, I can't do that. So let's teach them how. I guarantee you the family on the corner needs an answer. I know people right now who still have not received an unemployment check, who have been out since March and have not received a check from unemployment, even like still are in the process of filing, who never received a stimulus check, who never received. And so like we could do that all day long, but I would rather teach somebody how to fish.
So, JoJo, can I share for a second?
Please.
So I just want to share a little bit because I've been in for a few years, but I've also had my own side business for the last 25 years or so. I've been sitting here making a wedding cake. So I do that on the side. And I've done that for about 25 years. And when my kids were younger, they used to try and talk me into having a brick and mortar and going into business for myself. And I always fought that because I knew all of these other things. I'd have to pay the rent, I'd have, all these other things. And I knew I didn't want that. I just wanted to do what I enjoyed. But it's also something I have to be there to do it. It's my hands. I can hire someone to help, but it's also not their passion to do that. It's something I enjoy doing. So I just kind of kept it at home to do that. But as I get older, I've had to just cut back to weddings and not so many other frilly things for other people. First of all, it's the most productive, it makes the most money, but also I wanted to be able to start making cakes for my grandkids. And not everybody else, because I know my hands are going to wear out at some point, right? And so there's all kinds of people are all doing different things on the side to make money, but I also know eventually I'm going to have to get away from this. And so this has been a huge opportunity for me to just change into something different that's going to be residual. That I don't know, I can make money while I sleep. And it's not always my hands that are doing it, my whatever. So anyway, I just wanted to put a plug in for other kinds of businesses that aren't necessarily brick and mortar, but you're a slave to.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. And I do have a girl on my team who's a cake baker. So I understand that because she says the same thing all the time. So I appreciate it. And that's gorgeous, by the way, for what we can see. It's amazing. So thank you for sharing that. Yes, anything, all of it. It's a plan B for everything. Why wouldn't you want residual income? Like, oh my gosh. So let's just say I bought that cake from you and every bite I took, you made $1 forever. That would be awesome, right? People sell a house.
Right.
People sell a house. They have a real estate agent who sells a house. They don't necessarily have an office. Maybe they're probably working on their own from home. But what if every time somebody paid their mortgage payment, they made $5?
Right.
Forever, right? Residual income is amazing. And if people really understood it, they would break down my walls to get to me. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I never understood what it was to be able to make money while we sleep. But, when I ask people, so, give me the 10 attributes of your perfect job. Like, what would they be? You guys, I don't know, holler them out, type them in the chat. What would they be? There's the 10 attributes of your favorite job. Somebody help me out. No time clock. Something you love to do. So something you're passionate about.
My own dress code.
Your own dress code. No uniforms, right? Your own uniform. Carter uniform. That's why I got the baseball hat. I got to turn my hat sideways so I can.
I got to be able to see your face. That's why.
What, Michelle?
Traveling.
I can't hear you.
Traveling.
Oh, traveling. Traveling. Hello, 26 countries. You guys, where do you want to go? Vacations, when and where I want. Absolutely. Time freedom. Somebody made a post the other day that said, what can't money buy? And somebody put time, and I went, I disagree. I absolutely disagree.
Absolutely. For me, in the summer, almost every weekend, I have a wedding. This year's been a little bit different because a lot of weddings have been canceled, but at the same time, I'm stuck to what I'm doing in my kitchen. I'm not going anywhere, so it absolutely buys time. I don't have to take those orders if I don't want to.
Yeah, absolutely. Not having to ask my boss for time off. So not being a slave to your boss, okay? So what is it typically at a typical job? Our boss tells us when we work, when we don't work, when we pee, when we don't pee, when we eat, when we don't eat, whether or not I can go to my kid's baseball game, whether or not I can make a doctor appointment, whether like what it runs our entire life. So, you know, when I got into this, my two things were I want to be able to bring my husband home from the electrical union, and I want to help somebody never again have to say I can't be at my kid's baseball game because I have to be at work or because my boss won't give me the time off. Like those are my two biggest. They didn't have to be big things. Those were big to me because I saw over and over and over kids have to parents have to make a choice between a paycheck and their kid, and that drove me crazy. And you know, absolutely, Amy, you know, our business trips are a write-off. Go build somewhere. You want to go to Italy? Go build. Go do a meeting. Go meet some people in Italy. Talk isogenics. France, where do you want to go? What did you say? Australia? What do we got? Ireland. Anybody want to go to Ireland? Scotland?
I'm going to Sweden.
Okay. Oh, right. So you know, the bathroom thing, and I know that a lot came to light recently with Amazon that like they weren't even getting bathroom breaks. There were bottles filled up with human fluid along the wall because they couldn't leave the line to go pee. Like, it's just crazy, right? So, no alarm clock. You know, so many people go, oh, if I just could like not have an alarm clock and not have to like snooze myself away every morning, or, you know, make my own hours, work from wherever I want to. All of these things that people ask for, we offer. And then they turn away from it because it's one of those things. It's that situation of they don't know what they don't know. Like, you know how many people I've had say to me, you know, you drink the juice. You're crazy. But I'm not crazy. I just want everyone to have a better life and to be able to have that financial freedom, to be able to do these things that they say. Marina, I see. Can you unmute yourself, Marina?
Oops.
Let's see.
JoJo, I'll just insert, that sounds like a compliment now. You know, when people are saying this to you, it's like, yeah, amen.
Right. Marina, I'm not able to unmute you. Are you?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, there you are.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you. This is an outstanding presentation. This is the first time that I attend this webinar, and I attend many webinars because I am a real estate agent, but I also do international real estate. And I just want to say thank you to Joanne Terranova for inviting me. And I want to say thank you for truly going above and beyond here, because I think that the two most important things in life, I mean, to me, is health and freedom. And if we don't have our health, we don't have anything. And this has a lot to do with your health. So I want to say thank you for taking the time to share this with us, because, you know, if you don't share things that are good for us, how are we going to know? So I just want to say thank you for sharing this amazing information. Again, this is the first time that I'm attending this webinar, and I am so happy that I did. Joanne, thank you for inviting me. I want to say thank you. And I think everybody should share this. This is so important. And again, your health is the most important thing. And you know what? We are what we eat. So this is incredible. I just wanted to say that. Thank you again.
Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that, Marina, and welcome. And we're so glad that you're here. And and part of this and getting some value out of it. I appreciate you unmuting and saying that. So, okay, so let's do some numbers. Want to do some numbers real quick? I'm going to run through. Let's run through to manager, and I'll teach it quick. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to share my screen. All right, so this has to let me know if this is actually working. Can you guys see my blank page?
Yes. Yay.
Okay. All right, let's see if this all works. Okay, so we're going to use the Forever Pack as our thought process of $164 for our system. So you get enrolled, okay, so this is you, and then you share with 2 people. We build in what's called a 2/3, 1/3 binary. So binary means 2, so we build 2 legs. And what's lovely about our compensation plan is that because we do not build wide, we are constantly putting people underneath other people. So this really is the rising tide rises all boats, okay? So the person at the bottom is lifting everyone, and the person that comes in underneath them lifts everyone again. And the person that comes in with them lifts everyone again. It's a lovely plan, okay? So I like to make it look like a little person. So this is a left leg and a right leg. We build 2 legs. We have a left and a right. And what our requirement is, so we all come in as a preferred customer. We come in a preferred customer, we try the product, we get 25% off. We go on auto ship, we get our product every month, we get our health back, all those things start to happen. People start asking us what we're doing. We become walking billboards, and we decide to share with a friend. And so when we convert over to associate and we share with 2 friends, so friend 1 and friend 2, that makes us a consultant. So we have to share with 1 person on the left and 1 person on the right. And we're just going to say everyone's coming in with the Forever Pack because we have to do 100 in volume. Now, each product is given a point value. That's not equal to the dollar value. So let's just say, like, for a bottle of Isogenesis, it's 54 points, but it's $79.99 in cost. Okay, so we're looking at the points right now, which is 100 BV in points. So that's why the Forever Pack is amazing, because 54 points plus the shakes, which are 28 points, 28 and 28, is more than 100, right? So that allows us to have a qualified order every single month. And then we can learn about the other products and teach the other products and start to test the other products as we go through. So we do the same thing. So we share with our friend 1 and friend 2. Well, because I did that within 30 days of becoming an associate, the company gave me $100 for doing that. And because they both got started on the Forever Pack, they gave me another $10 for each one of them as what we call a product introductory bonus. So that's $120 that they paid me back because I shared with 2 of my friends. Now my 2 friends share with friend 1 and friend 2 that are their friends. And the same thing happens for them. They spent $164, they made back $120. Now, because I shared with 2, who shared with 2, I shared with 2, who shared with 2, that makes me what they call a manager. When I do that within the first 60 days of becoming an associate, the company gives me back another $250. Now, what's really cool is because when my 2 friends that I shared with 2, they became consultant, the company honors me by saying, thank you for sharing with 2 people who shared. Thank you for being a leader and supporting the people that you brought in. We're going to give you $100 for each one of them because they both became consultant as well. So that's where that $570 comes in. When we become Crystal Manager, so we start as a PC, we convert to associate. Associates are allowed to enroll, and well, customers are allowed to enroll too, but to make money, associates enroll. You enroll one on your left and one on your right. Everyone has 100 BV. We teach our 2 friends to teach 2 friends. And this is our upfront bonus money for our first couple of levels. This goes up to what we consider executive, where I've enrolled 5 on each leg who have shared with 2. So I have 5 friends on one side on the left and 5 friends on one side on the right, and they've shared with 2. That's the highest level of our company, you guys. Do you realize how many people that is? It's not that many. It's not that many. Okay, so I'm gonna erase all that if everyone's good with that. Is there any questions? Somebody unmute and tell me if there's a question I need to answer right now, because I can't see the chat.
JoJo, on the 120 for the left and the right, where did the extra 10 come from? Like
From
I thought
the-
it was $10
okay, so
PIB.
it is. So $100 for becoming Crystal Consultant, and then $10 for each PIB. So if these people came in with the Forever Pack, so they came in with their 100 BV, then this person who enrolled them would also get $10 PIB for each one of them.
Oh,
so
right.
they earned back $120, just like I earned $120.
Okay.
Make sense? And that could be more depending on the product. So we get that percentage of the initial order that they give us back. And so for the Forever Pack, that's $10. We go up to a 30-day, it could be $25. You go like into a big pack, it could be up to $100. So I'm showing like smallest case scenario. So that answer the question?
Yeah, that's good. Thanks, JoJo.
Okay, you bet. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of all this. And, all right, so now we have that left team and right team. So now that's our upfront money. That's our linear money. That's our bonus money, what I just showed you. What we also have, which is our residual income, is this really cool thing, right? So we enrolled 2, who enrolled 2, who enrolled 2, who enrolled 2, who enrolled 1. Maybe this guy enrolls 1, he enrolls 1, he enrolls 2, he enrolls like 10 people. You know, there's all these things going on, all these people that are being enrolled. Now in the beginning I said we're a 2/3, 1/3 binary. Now what we want to look for is 900 in points or in volume or in BV. All the same thing, right? 900 points, 900 volume, 900 business volume, 900 personal volume, it's all the same, okay? What we look for is 300 to 600 ratio. There's your 2/3, 1/3. 2/3 will come from one side, 1/3 will come from the other. So every single time somebody orders, let's say this person orders 100, this person orders 100, this person orders 100, every single time somebody places an order, that order goes up through every person who has an active order in, is an associate, will drop into their bank. So right now we have one, so this guy there's 300 in the left bank, and let's just say there's 600 in the right bank right now. That's the ratio that we need in order to turn those points into money. When you have 300 and 600, or it can be the other way, it could be 600 and 300, doesn't matter. Every single time you hit that ratio, those points turn into money, which is 6% of the points, which is $54 so 6% of that is 900. Of the 900 is $54, right? So that makes 900. 6% of that is 54. We turn that 900 in points into $54 every single time that happens. What's really cool is this. Now, there's all these people who have come in and are working during the day, and they're sharing and they're showing videos and they're chatting with people, and we're on presentations, and all this beehive of activity is happening during the day while this is going on. Maybe you're sharing, people that you shared have shared. You know, I shared with 2 people. I shared with 2 people that turned into, you know, 40,000 people. I didn't know all those people. I knew 280 of them. And so every single time my friend who shared with somebody who maybe I didn't even know, it didn't matter, because here John came in down here. I didn't know John. Somebody else brought John in, but John shared with 2,000 people. And every single time one of those people ordered, those points went up and went into my bank. Every single time I got 300 and 600 ratio, it turned my 300, 600 points into $54. So that beehive of activity was happening, and I'm getting points during the day that's turning into money. Now I go to bed, and all the auto ships from the people who enrolled last month and the month before and the month before that, all those auto ships go through in the middle of the night, and I get more points. So when I wake up in the morning, I have more of those points that have turned into money. So I go to sleep with a certain amount of money, and I wake up with more money every single day. That is residual income. That is beach money. That is money that comes in no matter whether I'm sitting here with you guys, or I'm floating around in my little floaty in the pool, or I'm at the beach, or I'm traveling, or I'm out living my life. Residual income that comes in no matter what. I couldn't even stop it right now if I wanted to. Cool. My requirement, here's the thing. So my requirement is my personal product every single month. My shakes. I eat my shakes. I take my isogenesis. That's my requirement. Once my requirement's done, I am banking volume. So it doesn't matter who makes the order, doesn't matter. Like those 2 banks, the points continue to accumulate and accumulate and accumulate. They're like rollover points on your cell phone, right? As long as you have your order in every single month, those points continue to accumulate. To cash in on those accumulations, to cash in on those points that are banked, what you have to do is share with one on your left and share with one on your right. When you are a consultant, that gives you the key to unlock your bank to get the money out. Your order is what keeps the money in savings. Your friends' orders are what unlocks it for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Would you say that again, JoJo? I like that. And
oh my gosh, probably not. That's why we record the stuff, because you never know what's going to fall out of my mouth. Okay.
That was so simple.
It's so simple. So my requirement is my BV, my 100 points every month. That allows me to open my bank. That puts my bank in business. That means that every single time somebody who's in my organization, in my network, places an order, it goes into my bank. The key to that bank, to unlock the door and get the money out, is I share with 2 people who also have 100 BV. Please don't just share with 2. Share with 200. Share with 2,000. Whoever talks to the most people wins. I promise. So every single time, and that can happen multiple times a day, just so you guys understand. It's not like just once a day you get $54. That can happen every 5 minutes if you have enough points going through. There's enough people there. And so as we share, and then we share, and then we share, and we start to build this network, then that is constantly happening.
When you want to make more, you share more.
You share more. There's no stopping here. And you don't ever know. I mean, our big job is to just go, hey, who do you know? Who do you know that would want more help? Who do you know that would like to have a plan B? Who do you know that would like to eat for free? Who do you know that's constantly dieting and wants something better for themselves? Who do you know that's worried about getting older? Who do you know that's worried about, their aging parents? Who do you know that's worried about not being able to pay for their kids' baseball games? Who do you know that, has a daughter who really wants to take ballet and they can't afford it? Who do you know that would love to add an extra resource? Who would you know? Who do you know that would love to turn an expense and a household expense into an investment into that household's bottom line? Because that's what we do every single day.
And JoJo, I just wanted to add something. It's so powerful because you just don't know, like you said, who you're sharing with. And recruiting and network marketing and what we do is really helping people. Everybody's gonna be, I look at it as a clock, right? So if my clock, if for me, the moment that I'm gonna be open to this opportunity is 12 o'clock, and you call me at 11:45, I'm not open. If you call me at 10 a.m., I'm not open. I'm gonna be open at 12. That's why follow-up is so important in what we do, because it's every 90 days, something changes in people's life. Anything could happen. They lost their job, they got a new job, they have a divorce, or they got a new boyfriend, they want to lose weight. You don't know. So you got to follow up. But again, if you get the person at the right time, man, it's amazing. I called a friend on her birthday. I got her on, I've been texting, sending information, and back and forth. And then I sent a messenger on her birthday. I don't know if it was her birthday yet, because I didn't look at her profile, but she said, it's my birthday today. I said, awesome, I have a birthday gift for you. You got to see this. And she had just told me, I just purchased a almost $300 package from another company that we all know is herbal and something else. And she said, I got to do this. My cousin got me into that. I did it last year and it gave me results, but here she's back to the same weight. So she was working out twice a day and taking these products, like 5 or 6 different products. And I said to her, what if you could take just 2 things and you don't have to work out, don't change the way you eat, just do this for 30 days. And if it doesn't work, your money is guaranteed. You can get your money back. And she said, I'm gonna listen to you and I'm gonna do it. Here's what happened in 30 days. She lost 19 pounds and she was eating more. She did it on purpose. She was eating more. She did not exercise. And here's what happened in 30 days. I said, so now you're open to share with others. She became a manager in literally 24 hours. Her mother became a manager the next 2 days. She's becoming a director this week, and she's going for executive next week. And I tell you this because she's sharing like there's no tomorrow. Yesterday we put in, last night at midnight, I was entering 3 customers with her on the phone.
Awesome.
Because she got that fire, she got the power, and she's changing lives. When she's like, oh my God, my aunt just called me. Everybody in her family wants the product. She's in New York, and we know how bad they got hit with the pandemic, like everybody. And I'm like, it's just the right time, and you just don't know when that is. So please, please, please share today with someone. Someone is waiting for you to share this information with.
Agreed. And I thank you for sharing that. And it's like I said, right? It's when we're just the messenger. We don't know when is going to be their time. It's for us to continue following up and delivering the message. And you know what? Every 90 days, sometimes things change for me every 90 minutes. Right? So I just want to open it up for questions. And
JoJo, I was just going to say this new Penny app is a game changer, because I would sometimes get stuck
Thank you.
with who to talk to today. But with this just popping up and generating, who to talk to every day is huge.
Game changer.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, and it's not even functioning at full capacity yet. So what it will be able to do is so amazing. So there's something that they've introduced us to, like technology grows as we grow, is that like we're constantly improving. So there's something called the Penny app. And if you want to see more about it, you can go to isogenicsbusiness.com under resources. And there's information on the Penny app there. And what it does is it connects your network into an application that filters through to see who would be the best person for you to talk to today. And then it creates a list of people for you to reach out to. There's content that's already loaded in. You go, okay, I want to talk to this person. You can chat with them. You want to send them information. You click on the content. It sends them the video, sends them the article, sends them whatever you want them to see. And then it helps you follow up. So it says, when do you want to follow up with again? Tomorrow, next week? But you can set that. It also allows you to see the people that in your organization that you've already enrolled, who their auto ships are coming up, who you haven't spoken to in a while, who you need to do an open box call with. It is perfectly set up to help us to be successful. So I recommend that. Even there's a free version and an upgrade version. Even on the free version offers you a ton. Go in, download it, play with it. You can't mess it up. Go see what it does for you. Connect your networks in and see how it lays out. Watch the tutorials. There's more tutorials on this app than anything I've ever plugged into. Like, they send me something to learn every single day. Every single day they send me a tip. Hey, do it this way, or try this, or every single day. So definitely. And for free. This is the amazingness of this company, is that we have every tool that they give us. There is a free version. You can upgrade and do a little bit of extra things. And so in the beginning, a lot of people don't want to go in and pay for something. Our website is free. You don't pay a monthly fee for that. Most companies, you're paying $25 a month, sometimes more, just to have website maintenance. If you guys understood what it took to go into the millions and millions of dollars that goes into our website, oh my gosh, it's just, for it to be able to track all the people in your downline and the BV and all the things in the bank, and oh my God, if you like, when you see it and you really put the thought into, wow, what it must take to go into that to keep all of that straight, it's amazing.
JoJo?
All of these websites and support that they give us. Hey, Harry, I know you're using Penny a lot, right?
Yeah. And in fact, just to let you know, I've been using Penny since the Monday after celebration. I have now got 5 conversations going on with prospects, with people who I would never have thought of contacting before. And because of Penny, I contacted them, and I've now got 5 serious conversations going that I wouldn't have had before.
Lovely. So the people that it recommended to you, did you choose, like, did you go, maybe I shouldn't contact them, or did you just like throw caution to the wind and click on it and send them a message?
Yeah, it was a little bit of each. There was a couple there that I don't think I'd bother with, not at the moment. And I just put them in as not in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
The others were people that I'd had as contacts for some time, and just never ever thought of contacting them. I just never ever thought of saying anything to them. And because their names come up, I thought myself, what have I got to lose? What have I got to lose by at least trying this to see if it works? And, I think I was more surprised than anything that it did work. Mm-hmm. And as I said, 5 serious conversations. I've already sent them information about Isogenics related to the field that the conversation was taking. Not every one of them was the same, because obviously not every conversation's the same. I've got one lady that had been in 2 other companies before. I didn't know about that, but I found out that she was in 2 other companies before and was not happy. So, I mean, there's an ideal. I mean, I don't have to talk to her about network marketing. All I've got to talk to her about is the benefit of looking at Isogenics.
Love it.
One conversation I had, I was talking to a young building contractor working on a house in our district here, and I'm talking to him and he's asking me all the questions, and he is the husband of the lady that had been in 2 other companies. As I'm walking away from that conversation, his boss, who'd obviously been stood to one side listening to me, came across and gave me his business card, and he said, could you send me the same information? So you never know who's listening, do you?
Never. Such a good point. Thank you for sharing that. That everyone right now is like downloading their app. Perfect. Thank you for sharing. All right, everyone. Let's see. Can a member make more than one less? Sue Ann, are you still on? Can you unmute and ask your question?
Yes. My question is, if you have a member who maybe 1 month just ordered one shake and then suddenly realizes they're not qualified, do they have to make another 100 point auto ship or loyalty purchase in the same month, or can they just make one to add up to 100 with both of them?
Great question. Okay, so here is how it will work. They order their less than 100 order.
Right.
In order for them to be qualified for that 30-day period, they need to make up the difference. But know that the first order, the time lapse between the first order and the second order will cause an issue. And so that first order will fall off 30 days later. And so they'll be short again unless the next auto ship they actually put in a 100 BB order.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so actually,
Okay.
actually what happens, unless they have some customer make an order, right, they themselves will not qualify unless they have 100 at a specific time if they should build their business.
Yeah, all together. So we don't ever want to drop below 100, especially if we're just a customer and we're just using the product and we're not interested in looking at the opportunity side and we're not interested in banking the volume, then it's totally okay to have less than 100. For each individual person, they have to have 100 as an associate.
And will the new product order qualify as an as a loyalty purchase?
And it doesn't matter. Okay, as long as you have an auto ship set up, it doesn't matter if it went through as just like a regular wholesale order where it would process today, or if it goes through as a loyalty reward or an auto ship rewards order. Any volume that you order gets bundled together, so it will add it together. So if one was 50 and one was 50, it would equal 100. The thing that will happen is that that initial order will fall off 30 days from when it was placed, and so you would need to, that would need to be fixed. So she would either need to order another 50 to add to that other 50, and like every 2 weeks order 50, or she would need to get that 100 put back on her auto ship rewards. So there's 100 going through. I've had people who are they purchase every 2 weeks. And so every 2 weeks they order 55 BV. And so they're constantly, one's falling off, another one's coming on, another one's falling off, another one's coming on. So it's always overlapping each other, so they're never inactive. But if there was ever a time span where one of those orders didn't go through, they would be inactive.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for clarifying that.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I just recommend to everybody, unless there's, if there's absolutely no way to get your 100 BV order in, then let's look at a way to break it up so it's still keeping you active for that time period. Let's see. Any other questions? Just looking back through the chat to make sure.
On the Penny app where you were talking about it, sending content, I was looking at it the other day. trying to learn it too. There's so much.
Right.
And when you send the content from Penny app, does it track it like the business app where it says they read it, they watched it, they watched 25% of it or 50% of the video?
Hetty, no?
Not at the moment. It's not quite that efficient as the Isogenics app, but I've talked to them on a couple of different aspects of it, like especially on the follow-up and the upgrading of people from customer to associate, from associate to consultant, being able to indicate that and track that. As the reply came back to me was, they thanked me very much for pointing it out, but it was something that they were definitely working on. This is a beta program at the moment, so it's in its infancy. And is it progressing? I'm going to say it's progressing every day. Every day there's something has been added to it as an upgrade. So don't go into it thinking you're going from one to the other and it's both got the same. At the moment it hasn't. I mean, one of the things that I wanted to know was, and it's maybe not related to what you've just asked, but one of the things I wanted to know was, how do I identify a video that is available and more relevant to somebody in the UK as opposed to somebody in Canada or in the US? And they haven't sorted that part out yet. I mean, in the old app, you could go in, pick your country, it would show you the videos that were available in that country, and you would send them one of those. At the moment, you can't do that, but it is something that is in the pipeline.
Yeah, there's so much they're working on, and they have said that they have a huge list of things that they're incorporating now, and I do believe that at some point we may be able to shift over from Isogenics business app, and this just might take over, but not yet.
Well, in fact, they are saying that it will eventually replace the Isogenics business app. But it's going to take some time. I mean, it's like Isogenics 2.0. I mean, the whole thing didn't happen at Celebration. That was just the announcement of how it's starting. And as we're going to go through the next months or the next year or so, it's going to expand way beyond our imagination at the moment. And so is the Penny app.
So in the meantime, right now, you can still use the business app to send the videos to the other countries.
What I've done in mine, I've imported all my people from Facebook, from my phone, and from Instagram. I've imported all those people into Penny. If I find that somebody comes up as a follow-up or as a, I can't remember the other things, but if it comes up that I should contact them and I find that they are in the UK, what I do then is I take their name, I go into the Isogenics business app, and I send them a video out of that is relative to somebody in the UK.
Good. That's what I was hoping that you would say.
Awesome.
'Cause I'm like, wait a second. Thank you.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. Great question.
Can I follow up with Harry on his saying that he has 5 conversations going? Now, when those names came up, were all those people that you already were talking to occasionally, or were some of those people that you had not talked to in a long time? And if it was somebody you had not talked to in a long time, how did you start that conversation?
Well, there was out of the 5, I'm going to say there was a good selection of everything you've just said, or you just asked, right? And if it is somebody that I haven't spoken to for quite some time, what I did was I kind of went in telling them, sorry, I haven't contacted you in a while, but I'm so excited at the moment about what the direction my company is going that I just got this urge to contact you and let you know. I would have hated for you to have got back to me in a few months' time and say, why didn't you tell me?
That's great.
And, so, yeah, let's face it, guys, we've got so many contacts in our systems that are definitely people there. I mean, I know there's people that I haven't spoken to for maybe a couple of years. So how do you start a conversation again with somebody you haven't spoke to in a couple of years? Well, don't worry about it. Just tell them how excited you are about what the direction the company's going in, and that you felt that they should be looking at it. Or go and find something in their profile that you could maybe link whatever they're doing or whatever they're to whatever we're doing and whatever we're saying, and try and marry them both together.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank
You for your scripting. I love that. It's always helpful to hear what people say to each other, right? Or what their initial reach outs are. So thank you guys so much for being on. I know we've gone really long this morning, but hopefully it was all really helpful. And thank you, Harry, for your tidbits of wisdom, and Digna, and for everybody for your questions. Dr. J, for your share.
Always.
Who's loving the new branding? Isn't it amazing? Like it's I was like, am I going to be really sad, because I knew the ISA guy was going, and then I'm so thrilled with how beautiful and warm and inviting it is. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. So.
I'm going to miss the ISA guy, especially since I don't have to wear it anymore.
No, I'm like, well, he's not going anywhere. After 14 years, I have ISA guy on everything. So he's still in my life all the time. But I do love the branding of what they did and how they pieced it all together. It was so well thought out.
Just think, with the new branding, we can go out and buy a whole new bunch of T-shirts with the new branding on it.
Yeah, right. Did you guys see they have like recycled tees on ISA gear? They're really cool. They're really cool. Yeah. So anyway, all right, guys. Thank you for all of your shares and all of your knowledge this morning. And I am going to
and thanks,
go get in my Penny app and get to work.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thanks again, JoJo. Sorry.
Okay. I'm a Joey too. Any form of Joe works.
All right. Thanks.